Hey everybody, Roxanbox90 here, continuing our limited set review for Dragons of Tarkir. Today we're going to go through all the red cards and we're going to discuss them in a focus on sealed because that's up and coming this weekend. I'm super excited. I'm already reserved. I'm going to probably go Sunday morning since that's what I'm reserved for. I'm very excited. And to continue looking at the set, let's jump into red. And of course, you guys can chime in your comment section if you agree, disagree, have additional thoughts. Love to hear them. A Tarkir Efreet 4 for 5/1. It's these guys are really risky. The 1 toughness makes them good targets for bolster, but at the same time they're very heavily costed. This guy, and I like that you can morph him down, and his megamorph cost is not egregious. So getting a 6/2 on turn 4, potentially turn 3, but really turn 4, and then it's able to ping off another creature that's waiting for bolster. It's a little bit late to the party. This card is like it's okay. It's kind of very narrow in terms of where it's going to be good. It's an average card, good for filling a curve. A Tarkir Pummeler 5 for a 4/5 is fine. Great curve filler. It's a warrior also. The formidable ability is sweet. Basically makes your team kind of unblockable. So it's a good way to finish the board, finish the game if he comes out later, and seems pretty decent as a curve filler. Berserker's Onslaught is one of these win more cards. For 5 mana, it seems like something you'll be playing your little dudes. You drop this turn 5, you attack, you win, kind of thing. But it's more of a win more. If you don't already have a presence enough, it's not going to be that powerful. But it's going to be really powerful if you have presence. So if you're building a very aggressive focused deck, this card is the card for you. If you're waiting for dragons, it's probably unnecessary. Commune with Lava. This card is probably better for other formats. But that being said, later game, I mean, we've done things like exile a bunch of cards from your graveyard, 7 cards for Treasure Cruise. That's definitely happened in the past. This is exiling off the top of your deck. Much riskier, but the fact that you can recast them next turn, if you have 7-8 mana lying around, seems to have good to have a 1 of in the deck. Not a bad card for limited, but definitely not as good as it is in other formats. Crater Elemental is very good, I think. I mean, an 0/6 wall pretty much stops anything in this format that's not a dragon in its path. The fact that you can blow out a whole bunch of the dragons with its sack ability is great. And the fact that it can become an 8/6 for 3 seems kind of insane late game. Overall, very strong card for limited. I like it. Descent of Dragons is weird because there's not a huge token emphasis, even though we have Exploit. There's not a huge token emphasis in this sealed environment. This is a card, do you really want to blow up their 6/5 dragon to give them a 4/4 dragon? It seems like a weird card. You don't necessarily want to hit your opponent. You're more likely to want to hit yourself. But if you're playing it turn 6, I guess it kind of transforms into a win more scenario. You have a bunch of small guys and you win more. Rarely do I see this playing where you are blowing up your opponent's stuff. This is more for your own things. Is it good enough? I mean, it's mythic. They're probably scared that it's going to be too powerful for limited. It's going to be very good in certain commander decks, but for limited, I would say it's not a bad card if you're running a very aggressive weenie deck, and this is the top curve kind of thing. Draconic Roar is very strong. 2 for 3 damage straight up is fine, and then being able to do 3 and 3 seems very strong to me. I like it for this format. Dragon Fodder, you need exploit tokens. This is the way to go. Dragon Tempest, it's good for dragons. It's good for any flyers, really. And I like that you can basically, if you're running the dragon style build, this comes down early, you crush by turn 5, 6 whenever you start playing dragons. Dragon Whisperer, crazy powerhouse in this format, especially because it encourages 1 to 2 colors. It's going to be a very, very strong drop. Dragonlord's Servant, this is a necessary card. If you get 1, 2, 3 of them and you have dragons, go for it. This card is necessary for that, but it's sweet. Hardened Berserker, I kind of wish it was a warrior. I think that would make it immediately playable as a common. But even so, 3 for 3/2 that encourages you on your second main phase to be able to play things for cheaper seems very good. Impact Tremors, I don't really like that much. Again, there's not a tremendous amount of tokens going on. It's a card that might work in a deck that's more of a slow controller build and you're slowly playing things and doing damage, but sorry, not controlled. The opposite. When you're playing an aggressive deck, this is a card that would work really well because it's sitting in play. You play your dudes, but is it enough damage over time to warrant its cost? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure it's good enough. Irish Shaman seems fine. I mean, he's pseudo unblockable weenie, 2 for 2/1. That's hard to block. Seems good for aggro decks, and the fact that you can replace himself with pseudo card draw seems like something Red could use in limited. It seems good enough to definitely playable for decks running a smaller weenie style. Kindle of Fury I don't think is strong enough. 1+0. This should be probably 2 or 3+0. I don't think it's strong enough to get there. It's a fine combat trick, but I don't think it's gonna be quite as powerful. Caligun's Aspirant, 2 for 2/1 is fine, and then the fact that it can potentially trade up seems pretty good. Caligun's Forerunners is fine. I like that it's not that expensive. I dislike that it requires you to have creatures. That's probably why I don't like it overall. I like its concept. I don't think it's good enough. Caligun Stormsinger is okay, I guess. I mean, it's a hasty aggro, but I would say Lightning Berserker is a much better one-drop as things go because of the later game validity, whereas this one doesn't really have that. Lose Calm, I like that it's difficult to block, and these kind of steel creatures have always been good, especially in a format of dragons. It's going to be good. Magmatic Chasm is kind of unnecessary, and not that good. It's a card that's too reliant on situation. Sysma Behemoth, 3 for a 5/5. It can't do stuff unless you pay 2, but the fact that it doesn't have to be sacrificed or something for paying 2. I mean, I don't think you would mind paying 2 to have on turn 3 a 5/5. It seems fine. Even as a ghostly prism kind of tax, it's still very strong. And it's a warrior. Rending Volley, it's white and blue specific, but it's really cheap, really good removal. Good against dragons. Roast is very good as well. It does not hit dragons, so I would say this is not a card you're going to shove 3 or 4 of in the deck, most likely, but it's definitely a card, one of the best removal in the format if you're not thinking about the dragons. Sabertooth Outrider, I kind of wish it was 3 mana, but 4 mana, it's okay. It's not great, especially with the amount of bolster going on. It's more likely than not going to just trade itself away. I mean, it is a warrior, so it does have that benefit. That's probably where I would use it. If you have warrior sub-theme, that might be something to use. Sgt Rage, these kind of cards are never quite there. I mean, it is instant speed. That is a benefit. But these cards have, in the past at least, not really made it. I mean, it's a little bit reliant. Sarkhan's Triumph, if you're running dragons, you should probably run 1 or 2. Scream Reacher Brawler, 3 for 2/3 is fine, and with the dash makes it very playable. Seismic Rupture, it's not as good as it would be if there were more tokens out there. Sprinting Warbrute, fine curve filler. I wish it was a warrior. Stormcrag Elemental is a little bit expensive for what it does. We've seen this kind of card before, and it doesn't have flying, whatever. It's a fine curve filler if you don't have anything else. Stormwing Dragon, I don't like these kind of dragons, as I've mentioned, because they're small and weak and don't really do a lot. Summit Prowler is okay. It's okay. There's a lot better stuff out there. I guess it could do curve filling. Tail Slash, it's a pseudo removal spell. Probably one that's, since it's not an effective fight, you probably want to run in red. Thunderbreak Region is insane. Run it. Tormenting Voice is probably worth it, especially if you have any sort of graveyard stuff going on. It definitely it's worth the card draw for more aggressive red-oriented decks. Twin Bolt, there's a lot of 1 toughness in this format. It's going to undermine Bolster. Seems pretty good at instant speed. Vandalize, not a big fan. Just not there. Volcanic Rush is kind of overkill. I don't think you need it if by that point. Volcanic Vision is better in other formats. It's probably going to be a winner thing, but the chance of you having an instant sorcery that's big enough for it to clear your opponent's field, I don't think it's going to get there all the time. It's a little bit expensive for a sweeper. Warbringer Dash is, if you have a bunch of dash, super sweet card, and Zurgo is very playable for aggressive decks, especially as a warrior. So those are all the reds. Sorry, this one ran a little bit long, but let me know what you guys think about the red cards in the set, and if you guys enjoy, stay tuned. As always, Roxbox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.